Hi, welcome to Food and Beverage 1. My name is Mrs. Dina Kula. I am your instructor. I just wanted to give you a little bit of background about myself as to why I love teaching this class so much, but also so I can give you real-world experience teaching the class. I graduated from Robert Morris with an undergrad in business with a specialty in hospitality management. While I was in college, I waitressed at a little biker bar, blue-collar bar. I bartended there. That was my first experience within food and beverage. That's when I decided to change my major while I was in college to hospitality management. From there, while I was still in college, I ended up moving to another restaurant where I was the assistant restaurant manager, but I also did some fine dining serving. Through one of my internships, I ended up working in the kitchen where I was a prep cook. So through the years, I moved up to become a sous chef at the restaurant, which was really nice because I had back of the house experience as well as front of the house experience, which made me more attractive to employers. After I graduated from Robert Morris, my first job I was hired at was at the Hyatt Regency at the Pittsburgh International Airport. I was one of the opening managers, so I actually started working there 2 weeks before the hotel actually opened, and I was the assistant outlet manager. So I was responsible for following, obviously, the outlet manager's needs as well as the employees, but I was responsible for the coffee bar, the restaurant, and room service. Throughout my time at Hyatt, I ended up moving into two other positions. One was the exec steward. The executive steward was responsible for all the back of the house needs, sanitation, dishwashers, cleanliness of the kitchen, back halls. I was also the liaison between the kitchen and banquets. So as we put out functions, it was my responsibility to make sure everybody had what they needed, from china, glass, and silver, to the food, taking the food actually from point A to point B. I was also responsible for all the inventory for china, glass, silver, and sanitation products. After I spent about a year doing that, I was asked to become the outlet manager, which was great since that's where I started. And I got to take over all those duties and have 3 assistant managers beneath me. I had decided to take an opportunity and move to New Jersey and work at a country club. There was a private club and a public club. The public was Blue Heron Pines and the private was Hidden Creek. And between those two clubs, I was the beverage manager. So I was responsible for all the bars at all the clubhouses, ordering the liquor, storing the liquor, receiving the liquor, and all of the non-alcoholic beverages that might have been used on the beverage carts that go throughout the, go between the courses. I worked there for a year and unfortunately became homesick. So I came back to Pittsburgh where I started working at the Crowne Plaza. At the Crowne Plaza, I was the banquet manager. I did that for about 3 years, and then I went back into the sales aspect because I decided to go back and work on my master's. And due to the scheduling and the times that I'd have to work as a banquet manager, I went into the sales department so I wouldn't have to work so many evenings. That's where I became the executive meeting manager and eventually worked my way up to one of the wedding planners at the hotel. At that point, I'd finished my master's degree and I needed to student teach. So back to my roots, back to serving. When I was serving, I was at Willow, which is a fine dining restaurant in Pittsburgh. I waitressed there as well as cocktail served there, and also somehow ended up back in management as the assistant manager there. I did that all the way till through my first year of teaching here at PTI. So when I was hired at PTI, I was extremely excited to be able to teach some hospitality classes and take some of the experience that I had in industry and actually use it in the classroom so the students could understand why this is important. I could relate what we learn in theory and everything from the text to the actual what we do in industry. So hopefully by the time we're done with this class, you have a passion for food and beverage as much as I do. Thank you.